family. We're gonna get some time for everybody to come on. So give it a little time for get a few people on before we get started. Hey, peace and love, family. Just waiting for a few more people to come on before we get started. We do have, I'm coming to you live from Rwanda. And we do have Sister Imahküs that's going to be joining us. And we're going to be talking about the New Year's detox challenge. Because it has been a challenge, even though I've been doing it all my life, but yeah, this one was a challenge. And we wanted to share with you our experience. I'm here in Rwanda, Kigali, at Sister Imahküs' house with our sisters, and you know, we've been going through the cleanse, drinking the olive oil, sipping on the lemon juice, taking our CKLS, and just, you know, going through the motions, you know. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about, you know, a lot of times during this part of the year in January is when people want to do their detox, because, you know, we've been retoxing and toxing during the holidays or the holidays, and we're doing lots of, you know, all kind of meats and sugar and alcohol, and, you know, we just do the most because, you know, we celebrating with our family, and, you know, a lot of times we're just like, okay, all rules out the door, anything goes. And then January, we say, okay, now it's time to detox. Now it's time to lose that weight. Now it's time to make some New Year's resolutions for ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. And I just wanted to come to you the first part with this Health Watch Thursday. Normally we reach out to you from Ghana every Thursday, speaking on some level of health, whether we're giving you vegan recipes or we're talking about mental health or exercise, yoga. We've had herbal classes, just all kind of different representatives. And I usually don't get in front of the screen. I like to let everybody know that there's so many people out there that is doing the work in reference to helping us, you know, heal ourselves, especially to the global African family. And one of the things that I wanted to point out is we want people to know when you feel you need to detox. So there are certain things that happens in our bodies, and we understand that, like allergies and bad breath, bloating, body odor, constipation, mucus congestion, problems sleeping, obesity, skin problems, you know, memory, and, you know, all kind of different things that we have as far as different reasons, but that's usually a lot of physical. One of the things that we tend to not pay attention to is our spiritual side and having that spiritual connection. And for me, I realized the more I'm aligning myself and keeping myself in balance with the Most High, with the universe and my ancestors, the easier it is for me to discipline myself. The easier it is for me to get back on track if I fall off the track. You know, there's nothing wrong with asking for help. There's nothing wrong with asking the Most High and the ancestors to come and assist you with your goals, especially when it comes down to making that connection to the Most High and taking care of your, you know, your personal goals, especially when it comes down to the mental health, which it seems to be on the rise in the Black community. I was definitely saying America in general, but in the Black community, that has been something on the rise. I'm actually experienced that with, you know, several members in my family, and it just seems to be something that we need to get a grip on. And I know part of it definitely has to do with what we intake mentally, the people that are in our environment, the things that we're eating, the frequencies that are around us. You know, it's and then we just went through this, you know, almost 2 years of dealing with this this virus and people being on lockdown and things like that all over the world. And it's changed a lot of people. It's changed a lot of relationships. And, you know, it's kind of thrown a lot of us off track, and I can personally attest to that. And, you know, I just feel like it's time. You know, I had a really hard time and a struggle to get back into doing my deeper detoxes. It's been 2 years since I did this particular one. And I said, you know what, I can't do it by myself. So I actually came to Rwanda to do it with Sister Imahküs, and thank God, because, you know, when you're doing it with somebody else, it definitely makes it much easier to be disciplined and to be on point, especially when you're doing a really deep detox, you know. So some of the benefits of doing a detox is that cleansing, it creates a better environment for the body to heal itself. And I also look at that as it also creates a cleaner space for spirit to be able to dwell and to live into your space. You know, when you're coming to a dirty house or dirty room, and maybe your room is, you know, got clothes and stuff all over the place, it's hard for you to stay focused. But soon, you know how it is, as soon as you finish cleaning up everything, then you start to feel better. I look at that as the same way as the ancestors or the Most High coming into our space, who always dwells in our space, but to make it to where they can really do the work to help you do your work here on the planet. So the other thing it helps to do is remove toxins and parasites from the body. It enhances the immune system. It prevents chronic diseases. You're definitely going to get weight loss. It restores balance to the body systems. It lowers the stress levels. It stops and slows down premature aging. It improves the quality of life. It increases energy. Your sex drive goes up. I mean, it's just so many different benefits, you know, to detoxing and cleansing your system. And it's something that's recommended to do every 3 to 6 months, especially a deep detox. So what we did, I just want to share with you what we did was we have the CKLS. I got to get it around here. Okay. So we take the CKLS, the colon cleanse by New Body Products for 5 days, at least 5 days, 3 capsules at night before you go to bed, and make sure you're drinking at least a half gallon of water every day. The night, and so now we have the 7 days. So the night before the 7 days, we're gonna take, make sure you don't eat too heavy. The day before, make sure you don't eat too much food. Eat very light that day, because the next day when you're starting the detox, you want to make sure that you got a lot of the excess waste out of your system over the 5 days that you've just taken the CKLS. So now day 1 of the 7. This is a 7-day cleanse. Now, me personally, I'm going 14 days because I've been really naughty, y'all. I've been doing things that I don't normally do, and I've been going through a lot, as far as loss, my father, dealing with different comrades that have passed. We just finished doing a live Zoom with one of our great brothers, Dr. Kamal Kamban, his 1-week celebration and journey to the ancestors, and we give thanks and praises for his works, and definitely will continue on in us as well as his family. And and these things are just kind of hard, and sometimes we want to get into doing those comfort foods and eating things, or just getting off track, just doing things that we don't normally do, just to kind of help console ourselves and keep ourselves going. So I decided, yes, it's time to go ahead and do this detox and make everything happen the way it needs to happen. So getting back to the cleanse, day 1, you want to take 5 of the capsules of the CKLS, and they're small, not too big, 5 capsules, and then you're going to wait. Then you're going to take it also with a liter or 32 ounces of water, spring water. Make sure it's spring water, and then you're going to wait about an hour, hour and a half. Just enough for the water to digest, and for the CKLS herbs to open up in the system and start working. Then after you do, after that hour, then you're going to start taking the olive oil, and you're going to have your half cup to a cup of lemon juice, and then you're going to sip on, and okay, let me go back. With the cleanse, you want to make sure that when it comes down to the oil, you're going to have 16 ounces if you are over 130 pounds, and you're going to do 8 ounces if you're under 130 pounds. So, or that will be 500 mils or 250 mils for people that's in the metric system. And then, so you're gonna, and everybody has different ways that they do it. Some people, I've had so many stories. I've been doing this cleanse since I was 11. I have 6 children. I've had all my children to do it. And there's so many different ways that people try to come up with how to take it down. So I've had people put it in a straw. Suck it through a straw. I've had people put it in a wine glass. People put cotton up their nose, so many different things to get it down, because it's a challenge. It's a few people, like my mom. Big ups to my mom, Mrs. Alzonia Goss, Dr. Paul Goss's wife. She can take it down, like in 15 minutes and then keep it moving. I've never been able to do that. So me and Susamicus, we sat down and we said, okay, we're going to do it January 1st, and we're going to make it happen. So you sip on the lemon juice. You drink the olive oil, and then you sip on the lemon juice, and you drink the olive oil, and you go back and forth like that. That's the way I do it, because it seems to be easier. You have some people that may take several swallows and then sip on the lemon juice, but that lemon juice is the saving grace. Trust me. That's the thing that helps to keep everything down, keep the oil down. It also helps with the breaking up of the gallstones. It helps with cleansing the liver and things like that. So the lemon juice is really important in this piece. Once you get all the oil down, you're gonna make sure that you don't eat anything. You can have something to drink after you have your first 2 or so bowel movements. And you want to make sure that you're sitting up at least till you have your first couple of bowel movements. So like if you feel like you're tired, or you start to feel nauseous or weak, because that is part of the detox process, you're going to have to prop yourself up in the bed with pillows behind you, and then lay that way. Always keep yourself up. These are just different things that you want to make sure that you do to make sure that the oil doesn't come back up. Okay, and then most people, anywhere from 10 hours, sometimes 24 hours, it will take before you start, really releasing a lot of the waste, out of your system, right? Then now we're going to, and another thing you can do to make sure that the oil stays down is sip on more lemon juice, or get a lemon just to suck on that. Another thing I did this time, which was different, is I had ginger that I would chew on it, but I would spit it out. I would just take the juice from the ginger and then take it down, and that helped a lot, with the nausea. And so now you rest, you take your time, you get some nice movies, get some nice magazines, get your incense, because yes, that smell is going to be horrendous. I need a bottle of, I didn't realize I had a CKLS in here. I need a bottle of CKLS. So now, day 2. Day 2, you should start feeling a little bit better, because now the oil has passed through, is digested. You should have had at least 1 to 2 bowel movements. It just depends on how much your colon is impacted. And now you're able to eat, okay? So during the time of the 7 days, you're only going to eat only raw fruits and vegetables, pure juices, spring water. You can have raw nuts and seeds, but I will say that if you do that, to get the best digestion, make sure you soak your nuts first, like your cashews, your almonds, your Brazil nuts, whatever it is. Soak them first before you eat them, or create some different dishes, with it. And then I wanted to kind of, and then also, let me see, I have, with this cleanse, we're also doing blood purifier, which is Freedom. This is New Body Products. Freedom, this is a blood purifier. We have a dewormer, the Worms Be Gone. Can you see that? Worms Be Gone. And then we have, and this is the one that's really, really good for the parasites. So you definitely need that. And it's really good to do a parasite cleanse while you're going through a colon cleanse, because you want the parasites to come out through the bowels as opposed to breaking out through your skin. So that helps a lot to do it that way. And then we have the 4PG. The 4PG is a multi-nutrient that was created by Dr. Paul Goss. And it has all the vitamins and minerals known to men. Everybody talks about the sea moss, sea moss, sea moss. Yes, the sea moss is very, very good, and it has the 92 minerals known to men, but we have 102. And with this combination of the 4PG, the alfalfa, kelp, and dandelion, and cayenne pepper, you are able to get all the minerals inside of this one product. And so these are the products that you're going to be taking during the 7 days as you're going through the detox and just eating the raw fruits and vegetables, nuts and grains, seeds, and all of that. So, oh yes, sorry, the CKLS, I don't know, I just didn't have it sitting here, but yeah, the CKLS, thank you, Ma. Come on over here, Ma, because I want you to share experience. Yeah, so now, a lot of times people are like, okay, what do I eat? Because you can get very bored if you just eating an apple, or you just eating an orange, or you just, eating a banana. And people tend to say, I'm starving, I'm hungry, because they tend to not eat a full meal. You have to still eat. You still have to eat, but it's just only the fruits and vegetables. So our sister Rwanda, who is here, with us here in Ghana, she was gracious enough to, in Rwanda. she was gracious enough to make us some raw dishes while we were out trying to do some errands and things like that, and then I'm trying to get some sea moss in, and it's been a little challenge, and so we've been back and forth dealing with customs, and I'm coming home and I'm like, oh, I'm just so frustrated. And then I walk into the kitchen and voila, this sister hook it up. So I just sliced some avocado here. This right here, I hope you guys can see this well. And I want Wani to come so she can kind of tell the recipe. So this is okra, and all this is raw. This is an okra dish. This is collard greens. Did y'all know y'all can eat collard greens raw? Yes, you can. And it's very nice. She put a really nice dressing on top. Very, very good. We have, let me see if I can get, we have cucumbers. We have let me see. Okay, there we go. We have the cucumbers here, which is really, really good, a cucumber salad. And then we have a cabbage salad here. And then somewhere here on the plate, now I made this. Out of all this, I did make something. This is the cashew cream. This is cashew cheese, and that really sets a lot of things off. And it's really good to, it's real tasty. Everything is tasty. You know, Black folks, we gotta have flavor. We gotta have, we gotta have some power in our food, And so with this, you're able to continue to cleanse the body, and you're able to enjoy your food, and along with doing some different juices, doing smoothies, and making sure, which has been, I think, a little challenge for us a little bit, is drinking the water. We have to drink at least a half gallon to a gallon of spring water. I'll explain the spring water, why spring water later. But the spring water, we have to drink a half gallon to a gallon of spring water every day during the cleanse, okay? That's very, very important, because it's like you're taking in all these different herbs and these different foods and things like that, and it's like the soap, on the inside. And then you want the water to be able to, flush everything out, to wash everything out. Like you wouldn't take a shower and you just scrub with the soap and then you just jump out the shower. You're gonna make sure that you're rinsing all that dirt and everything out of your system. So the water is very, very key to any cleansing that you decide to do. Water is very, very key. So I know, so we got Sister Imahküs here. I want her to kind of, we doing this thing together. And I think we're doing pretty good, because I'm the first day, Mom was on it. She drunk the oil and she's moving around and doing stuff, and and then when it hit, of course, then we had to,
totally done.
We had to hit the bed. But that's part of the cleansing. It's part of the body is, taking time to really push everything out of the system. And, it can be, it's tiring. And so to have, the little weakness and little nausea is normal, and it's okay. We call it a cleansing crisis,
It was a crash. I was like this all day, up, running around, doing everything. And I said to myself, now I thought I'm supposed, and I've done this before.
Yes.
So I just knew that, you're going to be like, after you drink the olive oil and drink the lemon juice, that you feel a way, because it's not the easiest thing in the world to get down. But don't think about it as being hard. Just do it. Sip, sip, sip.
Think about the end result.
Think about the end result. Well, I was up the whole day. By about 4 o'clock, it was like somebody slapped me. It said, bam, go lay down. And I went too.
Yeah, you got to be obedient.
Definitely have to be obedient.
Don't try to do that extra work or I'm trying to send emails. I'm trying to send texts to people, trying to, because being here, I'm 10 hours ahead of California. So I'm talking to people on chats and trying to see, is this happening? Did we do this? Did we do that? And then trying to talk to, it's the New Year, so I'm trying to call family and say Happy New Year's and all this stuff.
Listen,
and then finally, I had to shut it down.
She finally succumbed. When I went to her room, she was stretched out.
I had to shut it down. It's just like, what, I'm going to say hi to y'all later, but I have to, you have to focus on you. You have to sometimes realize that you come first. You have to take care of yourself first, because if it's you can't take care of nobody else anyway if you're not here. So you have to really take out that time and that's what happened. Spirit said, you can't do it by yourself. Mom is we both dealing with respiratory issues. And I was like, you know what? Go to Rwanda. And it was literally, I think I got my ticket and I was gone in 2 days and I came to Rwanda. And the last time I did it, actually it was 2 years ago with Ma. Right. And I was like, you know what? We ain't gonna do this. It's not gonna be 2 years again. Yeah. We're gonna do this every 3 to 6 months. And we're gonna do this deep cleansing because, you know, it's so much stuff that's coming. I mean, going through this COVID and watching people get really, really sick. I think I had it twice. Watching people die, you know, through this thing. And then just not even that, just our typical things that we deal with in the Black community with high blood pressure, with diabetes, heart disease, prostate problems, fibroid problems. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. All these different skin issues that we're having and the mental issues that we are having in our community is on an all-time high, to the point where there's so much focus on it, you know, dealing with our mental health. And so, and this thing, you know, during this time, it really messed with us. You know, this being indoors, being limited to do the things that you normally do, it really took a toll on our mental side. And so that's why it's really important to keep your temple clean. This is the temple that the Most High is talking about in any scripture. This is the mosque. This is the church. This is the sacred temple first that we had to take care of. I never went into a church or a mosque that wasn't clean. I don't care if I was in a village. I don't care if I was in a bougie area. If you walk into a church or a mosque, it is always clean from top to bottom. But why can't we do that for our own temple? Right. This is the temple that the Most High was talking about.
And talking about temple, I remember my brother always saying that it's not a body. He would say, a body is a dead thing. This is the temple that the Spirit dwells in. But let me say this. Some of us will have an explosion after, you know, that olive oil takes over. It's like a brush inside. It just scrubs stuff. And but it's really important to look at what you eliminate. Yes. Okay. And sometimes, you know, you have to put your hands, get yourself some gloves, and sometimes you have to put your hand in the bowl so you can see what it is that you've eliminated. Because you might have green stones, you might have gallstones, you might have mucus, you might have, what did I have? It was mucus and yeast. Yeah. It was yeast. I mean, I was looking down there, I was like, what is that? But so you want to look at it and see what it is. And you may have to put your hand in there, but put your gloves on, it's yours. Okay.
Or use a stick, you know, or something like that. I know there was this one sister that, oh, can you guys hear us now? They were saying that you can't hear us. Can you hear us now? I know there was this one, because, you know, I've been doing this for a long time. We've been in business since 1976, so we hear so many stories. And, you know, a lot of times clients, I ain't trying to hear about your boo-boo. I'm not trying to hear about all that, you know. But, you know, it's funny. I remember a lady said that something was moving in the stool, and she's like, is that something? Is it really moving? So she took a stick and she poked it, and it jumped. And she ran all the way out of the house. But it's like, yeah, that came out of your body. That came out of your body. You know, we don't realize how much, you know, meat and dairy and sugar and, you know, flour products, how, you know, the effect that it has on our body, especially if you don't drink water with that and you don't eat any type of greens, you don't eat, take your juices and, you know, things like that. All those things are eliminated. Sometimes we can go days without eating anything fresh. And after a while, you know, and then we're doing alcohol, you might be smoking or just all these different things. After a while, the body's like, no, we're about to go into a dis-ease. You go from being at ease to being a dis-ease, you know, and you guys let me know if you see any sound. What's going on, Cousin Cat? Hey, Junie. Yeah, we're trying to make it happen, but I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Just let me know if you actually are if you do hear us, but we're going to go on because one thing about the recording, you'll be able to look at this later. Yeah, so so there's a lot of things that can come out. One of the things that you definitely will see is lots of gallstones. Even if you're a vegetarian, because I know lately I've been doing like more fried foods than usual. And I really don't even like to eat a lot of fried foods because it feels too oily, and I even start to feel nauseous, almost like I'm drinking the oil. And so, but like I said, sometimes we go through things and we just start doing things that's kind of detrimental as far as I'm concerned, eating bad, food, and it breaks me down. And then I've been on this sugar crave like a crackhead. I mean, I'm telling you, I've been. It was just going crazy, and then it resulted in it getting into the joints of my knees, and it caused me to have some kind of problems where
sugar crush.
Yeah, sugar crush. It's just and so one of the things I had to do to get past that is, and I recommend all the time, to get off the sugar, that craving, because it's a drug. It's the #1 drug on the market, and when you're going through that crave. It's just really hard to shake it, because when you stop taking in the sugar, then you start going through withdrawals. Just like even worse than cocaine. You become mean. You want to hurt somebody, so hey Dion. So what I do is I eat watermelon for like 2 or 3 days. Like, so as soon as I feel that sweet craving, I grab the watermelon, whether I drink the juice or I just eat it. And then after that, I'm cool. Like the craving actually literally goes away, because that is still another sugar, but it's a natural sugar. And it keeps me from going through that withdrawal symptoms, and it's just, something that I just recommend, because it definitely works. I've told other people to do it, and it works. It really works. So I know there's a lot of different things that people, they have their questions as far as sometimes people break out on their skin, not just with this cleanse, but just different cleanses. And one of the things that you have to do is making sure that you're drinking lots and lots of water. That kind of helps to curtail that. You can also do different things like use different oils, like coconut oil, and mix it like with some lavender, and then put that on your skin, and that will help. And tea tree, those type of things will help to deal with the itching or the breakout, on the skin.
But let me ask you a question. I know you have to drink a lot of water.
Yes.
But if you don't have spring water, what about mineral water?
Well, mineral water is spring water, because see, and see, we're here in Africa, and that's what they call it. They call it mineral water, or I think that's a British thing.
Yeah.
They call it mineral water, or they'll call it still water.
Right.
And then I think they also have sparkling water, but mineral water and spring water is really the same thing.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, we're on point. So if you're in Africa, or maybe in the UK or what have you, it is spring water and mineral water is the same thing. It's basically natural water, and it's a alkaline balanced water. It's usually 7.0 to 7.5 as far as the pH level, and that's what you want to have. Your body wants to be between 7 to 8 as far as on the pH levels, and the water helps you to kind of stay in balance with that. Even if you're doing a lot of other stuff, drink that water, and it kind of brings everything back into balance.
I'm getting over a case of the unknowns.
That's that mucus coming out, because we've been doing this thing, and it's just been coming out. It's been coming out. I feel my breathing already feels better.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? I'm dancing and not huffing and puffing, and it's just it makes a big difference.
It does make a difference. But now, I hear people that say, and she will be nameless, that hates water. She's like, I don't never drink water. I said, but you really need to drink some water.
Yeah, okay? I get that one too.
So the thing is that, I don't drink water, but can I substitute the water for juice? Supposing I drink the same amount of juice as the water.
There's so many different schools of thoughts on that, because we know Dr. Iris Latham, he hasn't drinking water in 35 years or so.
But he drinks coconut water.
He drinks coconut water. Right. So coconut water, lots of that. And then the juicing, you do get to, and this is live juice. This is fresh juice, you know. Right. But you need the water, because when people tell me, I hate water, I said, it's like you're saying that you hate 70% of yourself.
Yeah, because we're 70%.
You 70%. So it's like, when you're saying that, you're like saying, I hate myself. That's why I tell them, I said, and it makes you think. It makes them think like, I said, so sometimes it's not easy, but you can do different things, like add some lemon to the water. I drink it real easy when I add lemon to the water. People are doing this thing with adding like cucumbers, and you might put some strawberries just sitting in there in the water to flavor the water. That's fine too. You know what I'm saying? That helps to help whatever it takes for you to get that water down. Dr. Goss, he would always put something in his water. He would go to the backyard. He had all these different herbs or whatever, and he just grabbed whatever. Just grab, and he had this big jug, a gallon size, and he would just take different herbs and just sit it inside. Because I won't say that he hated water, but he wanted to make sure that he was consistent, you know, with drinking the water. So that was one of the things. Just put something in there to flavor it.
Yeah, lemon juice or peppermint leaves.
Yeah, yeah.
Rosemary.
Yeah. And it makes it easy. It makes it nicer. You know, it makes it easy to take it down, and then you just carry it throughout the day. Take it to work. Take it to school. You know, whatever, and keep it with you. And or when you're going to work out and you have your water bottle, you know, have some of that in there. You know, people might be at the gym wondering like, what's going on with this juju lady? But you know, it really, really helps. It really helps. Hey, Amira, love you too, sister. That's Empress Amira.
Oh, hey, Empress.
Hey, Parkway. Hey, Daoudi. That's Daoudi.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. So, you know, there's lots of challenges that people have, but it's okay to have a challenge, and it's okay not to be okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to ask for help, and sometimes you just can't do things by yourself. See, people, because I'm a naturopath and I'm Dr. Sharita and I'm the daughter of Dr. Paul Goss, I'm supposed to just be bump on it. But I'm human. You know what I'm saying? I go through the same life changes as everybody else. I have children. I've had, you know, people who transition. I've had, you know, relationships that didn't work out, you know, and all these different things that can set you back. You know what I'm saying? And so the good thing is I have enough sense to ask for help.
Right.
Mom, hey, this is my ace boon coon, okay? Ma has been, you know, I can just call her mom, you know, I call her my mother, you know, for all kind of different things, you know, but I got my African mother here too, and I got many mothers, but, you know, you have those people who really take you on as family, and they care for you, and you care for them, and they know a lot about you, they know your secrets, they know different things like that, and it's like, look, I need some help.
But I was glad to get that call, because I needed some help.
Right.
And I know that it's easier to do it with a partner. And, you know, that whole preparation of food and stuff like that. She's really good in the kitchen, you see. I'm the dishwasher.
And we were just so fortunate to have Wandy. Wandy, where you at? We were so fortunate to have Wandy, because, like I said, I'm here dealing with that, and and so she didn't do the oil with us because she was going through some kind of problems with her stomach, and then she got through that. But she was like, I'll do the raw with you guys. And Mom was like, she makes some real good raw dishes. I did not understand what she meant when she threw it down. Yeah. And I left, I think I was gone for about an hour and a half. I came back, she has 1, 2, 3, 4 dishes.
That's right.
And so when you get to the point where you're getting used to the different recipes, you can go online. If you have things that you like you love broccoli. Okay, I did make the broccoli. I didn't do a broccoli avocado. I want to take some kind of credit for doing something, because I just felt guilty that we just kind of put this on Wandy.
Well, but you're not getting out of here without that key lime pie.
Yeah, I got to make a key lime pie, a cashew key lime, and it's all raw. And it's delicious. And you can still enjoy, you know what I'm saying, while you're going through your detox, you can really enjoy the foods, you know. And I like this kind of detox because you can still eat. You have these different ones like the Master Cleanse where you're just drinking lemonade and maple syrup and water.
I don't think I'd make that.
Only.
This is better because you figure your first 24 hours, 24 to 48 hours, that you're not eating. But I mean, the thing is that you're cleansing. And when you get finished, because I had this heaviness in my chest and coughing, and all the rest of it. Some kind of virus is floating around. And for me, this was really exactly what I needed. You know, and I've been taking my CKLS and my CFU. Yeah, you see my table, it's like this.
You know, but it really helps because I feel like all those cravings I was having. Hey Barbara, hey Sharon, hey Sass, hey Sass. Yeah, you know, all those cravings I was having kind of disappeared. So what was funny about this time is the first 24 hours, I was craving stuff that I ain't ate in years. So now I grew up vegetarian, but we had those family members like, give those children some meat. Now come on over here and get some of this, girl. You know, so we tasted everything. And so I was having a taste for fried battered fish. I'm like, where'd that come from? When last time I had that? And I was craving, I'm trying to think it was something else. I was just like, okay, just focus. I had to meditate. I put that meditation music on. And I just said, you know what? No, first of all, it's not around. It's not around us. So
see, that's why you want it. Because you know you're not supposed to have it.
Right.
Okay. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't even be thinking about that.
Yeah.
But now that you know, oh God, I can't. Well, like today. Now, I know that this is a cleanse, but a lady told me that if I could find some Philadelphia cream,
yes, that
she was going to make me a carrot cake with cream cheese, and then there was another little herbal cream cheese. Now I know I'm not. Trust me, I'm not eating it yet, but I'm gonna have that cheesecake
after the cleanse. I said, "Ma, you can't do that right after.
No, I'm not gonna do it right away.
You gotta give it some kind of time
towards the end of the month,
right?
Then I'll just tell her to make me a small one.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you know, because you want to try to stay on track as much as possible. My goal has always been to do at least 50% raw. That's still going to always be my goal, even whether I'm on it or not. And you know,
wait. How you going to do that?
50% raw.
At least 50%, even if you're on it or not.
No, I'm saying even if I'm, sometimes I fall off the wagon. You know what I'm saying? I fall off. But my goal is always to be, 50%. Okay. So when I know I'm on my diet.
So you fall off 50% of the time.
Oh, no. So, okay, let me explain.
Please.
So, the goal is to have 50% raw. It's all vegan. It's all vegetarian. And let me say vegetarian.
Right.
Because I can't really call myself vegan. I say vegan because it lets people know that I don't do anything that's animal products, right?
Okay.
But my father and even Dr. Ari says, no, we're vegetarians. Vegetarians are people who eat vegetation. And they're using all these different words to like plant-based. And if it's plant-based, then what is the rest of it? If it's based in that, what's the rest of it? All these different, the keto diet, all these different diets. And when I say vegan, people understand, okay, she doesn't eat anything that has any meat or anything that has meat products. Right. So that's kind of being political. But actually, it's vegetarian because when we started in 1976, or even before that, didn't nobody know nothing about the word, vegan. It exists, but we didn't know anything about it. And see, a vegan is a person who doesn't deal with any kind of harm to animals. They don't wear leather. Right. They don't. They just don't do anything that has to do with, animals. They don't wear wool, and things like that. Me, I do African dance. And what are we beating on? Cow skin. Right. you know, with the drum. And I'm dancing. I've been doing that since 1995. I played basketball. What is the ball made out of? It's made out of leather. I wear tennis shoes. The tennis shoes are made out of leather. And I love me some bad black leather boots, yes. And a long trench black leather coat. Especially when I'm there in the States and it's really, really cold. I like that, you know, I like that style. So I don't call myself really politically or officially, I'm not really vegan, but it's just a word we use so people understand, you know, what's what, you know, so.
Well, are you one of those people that, you know, like at One Africa, we have buffets, right?
Yeah.
And so I always ask people, are you a vegetarian? Are you vegan?
Yeah.
So that I know how to prepare the food.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is for the vegetarians.
Yeah.
And then the meat eaters, generally is chicken or fish.
Yeah.
Girl, come see some of them vegetarians and hit that chicken.
Right.
Because
like, they call themselves vegetarian.
Yes, I'm like, what?
Because that's the play on the word.
Yeah.
I'm vegetarian. I'm not vegan. I'm vegetarian because I still eat fish. I still eat chicken. Right. You know, what have you. Me myself, I like salmon.
Yeah.
But I don't eat it. I might have it once a year, once every couple of years. I'll just have a craving for it. Mm-hmm. It's the only fish that I like, and it has to be wild Alaskan. It can't be that fake salmon stuff. And I'll have it, and then, you know I'm eating parasites and all these different things, and I go ahead and go through my cleanse. You know, I don't. One of the things that I think happens to a lot of people, and a couple of my friends, they strict vegan. I remember one sister, she was 7 years strict vegetarian vegan, mm-hmm. and she came home from college one day, and she her mother made her favorite dish that she used to eat when she was younger, which was pork chops.
Ooh,
and she ate it, and then from there, that was it. She ended the whole 7-year journey of being vegetarian, and she was strong. She was fine. She was, you know, mm-hmm. she just had it going on. She just was really energetic. She just had, you know, and from there, I started to watch. Then she started smoking cigarettes. I'm like, you weren't even smoking cigarettes.
Real breakdown.
Yeah, and then drinking alcohol, and then I started to see her start gaining weight. I saw her skin changing, having like these different black spots on it, and she just didn't look. I was like, God, she used to be so fine, and then she just totally retoxed her body. So it wasn't even like, okay, I eat these pork chops and then I'm going to get back on track. Or even if you decide, okay, I'm going to start eating fish and chicken or whatever again. Right. You still got to eat your vegetables. You still got to juice. You still got to do whatever. And then you still have to detox. You know, so it's, you have to not beat yourself up just because you went and ate something that you're not supposed to be eating. You do it and then you get yourself back on track. You know what I'm saying? Because we're at a point where we can't afford to be sick right now. There's so much going on in the world where you got to be strong. You got to be energetic. Your mind got to be clear. You have to be, we're at war. I feel like I'm at war when I walk out the door.
Well, you feel that's a rightful feeling because we are at war.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got all this crap that's in the air, the food. You're putting up with Monsantos and Gates and all them killers that want to get rid of us, you know, so really there is a war, literally.
Yeah. We
have that war within ourselves, mm-hmm. and then just we're really fighting to stay well.
Yeah.
You know, because mm-hmm. for me, I haven't had, the last time I had a steak, pork, or anything was 1972. Mm-hmm. And I like liver. I ate pork chops and all the rest of that. But I had an occasion where I was a human resource administrator at a hospital, and we rotated. So mm-hmm. my rotation took me into surgery.
Okay.
And so when I went to surgery, the first operation I saw was a hip replacement. Mm. And when they cut that man open and laid him out, he looked like a ham steak. Mm. And I was like, oh, God, I couldn't eat that again. And then I was in there for kidney, and I love liver. Child, when I saw that kidney and that heart that was going to, it was like, we do it like this. I'm like, damn, I'm starting to feel like I'm carnivorous.
Yeah, yeah.
I felt like I was eating myself.
Yeah,
So I told my mom, listen, I'm not eating any of that.
Yeah.
I'm going vegetarian. So sure enough, but then that thing about, like you said, the craving.
Yeah, yeah.
I just was like, one day I called and said, Mom, could you make me some liver, bacon, onions, mashed potatoes, and green peas? My mom said, I thought you don't eat that stuff no more. I said, no. But let me tell you one thing. When you have been off of meat for a period of time, and the craving doesn't necessarily go away. So I had a craving. I wanted some liver. I ate that liver, and in a short period of time, I started getting pains that radiated from my stomach up into my ears. I mean, I couldn't finish it. I had to go and regurgitate to get it out of my system.
Yes.
So I haven't had anything other than chicken and fish.
And not all the time.
And not all the time.
Yeah.
Since 1972. But one of the things that I found out in my research is that one of the worst fish that we can eat, especially where the waters are not clean. And, you know, farm raised, and they give the fish all kind of shit. Okay. And tilapia.
Tilapia, yep.
You know, people talk about how they love tilapia. No, you need to eat tilapia.
And shellfish.
Tuna, mackerel, and shellfish alone.
Yeah.
Those are real killers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And the thing about it is we have addiction. Addiction is real. You know what I'm saying? It's a real thing. You know, we have family members, you know, that you know, get heart attacks and pass away, and they know better. You know what I'm saying? They know what they're supposed to be doing, but it's like so hard to kick those addictions because they're like drugs. Our food is like drug. Why do you think it's a Food and Drug Administration? Why should food and drug be part of the same administration?
Exactly.
It's supposed to be two different things. That's because a lot of the foods are drugs.
Yes.
It's processed foods. You know, we eat a lot. I remember listening to one doctor who's talking about, you know, we're eating all this flour products, we're eating all these breads and things like that. He said, have you seen anything in nature that look like flour? That look like bread? You know, that look like any of that? You know, it's, yeah, you know, you have to, sometimes it's, you know, there's so many different schools of thoughts. And I always say, go back to nature. What looks natural? What is natural? You know, and then also listen to our elders who look like you, who look like us. If you are of African descent or you are a person of color, a lot of our healers, you know, you're not eating a whole lot of processed stuff in the food. Forget about vegetarian meats and things like that. You're not eating a lot of processed food. Like you are able, this plate that I showed you, you're able to identify everything on the plate. Maybe not the cashew cream, you know, but it's not. It's only a few ingredients, and I throw it in the blender.
Can I eat some of that?
Yeah, you can have some right now. You know, but you can identify everything on the plate, and that's what you want to be able to do. And even if you're eating, you know, some junk, one of the things is really good to do as a lifestyle change is to eat a really large salad, you know, before any meal that you eat. So say that you decide you want to have pizza that day, right? And you just, you know, you're going to eat your pizza. You ain't worried about any rules or whatever. You're just going to eat it. You eat your meal-sized salad, and then that works as something that goes into the body and start to brush out the system, the colon and things like that. At least you're getting all your different nutrients. And then when it comes down to where you want to eat your pizza, a lot of times people might be eating 4 to 5 to 6 pizzas. Sometimes people eat a half a pizza. I see people eat a whole pizza. You only want to eat 1 slice and maybe 2 slices. So at least now you're eating less, you know, of the junk. And then you're able to have those fibers, you know, in the vegetables and the fruit that help to go in and break down a lot of those different things in your system. And then you can just take something like CKLS or some colon cleanser, and then after you eat,
right.
And then that also helps to keep the body at least in some kind of balance. Don't just totally toxify your body and don't do something to counteract it. Like I said, the addictions are real, but you have to do things to counteract it. If you really, really love dairy products and you love ice cream, use the alternative. You know, do the alternative. Get you, the coconut ice cream or the soy ice cream or the rice ice creams and different things like that. And then you'll be surprised. Like me, I like ice cream, but I don't have to have it all the time.
I love ice cream.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Just before you got here, shame to say, but I figured, listen, I'm getting ready to cleanse.
Right.
So I had a great big thing of ice cream. And so I said, "You eating ice cream?" I said, "Yes."
Right, yeah.
I'm committing my mortal sin before I go on my detox.
Yeah, you know, and so you just find alternatives. I tell my clients, make a list of the things that you've eaten in the last 3 days. A lot of times people don't even remember because they're just so busy just consuming and not thinking about it. But make a list of at least 3 days of the foods that you've eaten. Look at, on one side, put the foods that you know that are good for your body. On the other side, the foods that are not good for your body. So that list of different things that are not good for your body and that you know is not nutrition. Sometimes we don't know, but a lot of times we know. We know when we're putting something into our system that's not good. On the other side, let's just say, for example, milk, cow's milk. You can do plant-based milk, almond milk, cashew milk, coconut milk, oat milk, and all these different things. So then you put on that side, okay, this is going to be my alternative. It might be cheese. You have different cheeses out there. There's so many different vegan cheeses that's on the market. There's very few that myself that I like. I've been vegan, vegetarian since the age of 2. The one that I do like is cashew cheese. You know, and it's nutritious on top of that, and it's not so processed because I'm making it myself. And like, for example, this cashew cheese has a hot pepper, onions, garlic, basil, and sometimes I put tomato, and then I put a little pinch of the pink Himalayan salt, and then I'll put I had some liquid aminos that I added in there, and then you have your cashews that are soaked. You put it in the blender, blend it all together. It takes you like less than 5 minutes,
right,
you know, to make it.
And it's good.
And it's really good. And you made it yourself. You know exactly where all the ingredients came from. Oh, I add a little lemon juice too, so it can stay longer. And it's going to last at least a week to 2 weeks, you know, in the refrigerator. Yeah. If you put more lemon, it'll last, you know, even longer. You know, so you have to. So that's an alternative. You know, when you have these different sugar cravings. You have, like, chocolate. I love chocolate. But I have to make sure I get dark chocolate with a high percentage, like the 76%, where it's still kind of bitter and it has very, you know, less sugar, right, or try to find something like with a natural sugar in it. And then so that way I'm not eating a typical milk chocolate. I'm eating an actual dark chocolate that's going to even benefit my body, you see. So you have to start looking at alternatives for all those different things that you have these strong cravings for as you go on your journey to just eliminate these things out of your system altogether. And like I said, if you end up going to a party, end up tasting something and decide, go home, get your CKLS. Okay, I'll see that, get that CKLS. This has been proven to work since 1976. And you know, go ahead and cleanse yourself, you know, out, and don't let that stuff just sit in your system and start breaking your body down. You see? So, like I said, I don't beat myself up. I don't beat up other people. It's like, I have a friend that said, you know what, Sharita, I just decided I don't want to be vegetarian no more. And I started eating, you know, fish and chicken, and you know, I don't really feel too much different. Okay? I just sit and wait. I wait 1 year, 2 years. Sure enough, sure enough, there's some problems that's going to creep up that's going to take them back into, having a more healthy diet. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when we get off track, we just go all the way. And it's yeah. So, so you have to be kind to the, hey, Kwesi, Bambara. Yeah, so you have to really, really focus on every aspect of your life. The food is one thing, and I feel like when you are eating the best foods, then you also become more spiritually disciplined. You even, like this right here, eating this raw food, it makes you disciplined. You just don't want to keep eating the same things. And then, so after 7 days, this program is 7 days, but you can go as long. With my clients, they go longer if they have some type of disease. Yeah. I might put them on for 21 days or 30 days, or sometimes these sisters with these big old fibroids, it might be 90 days. Right. You see what I'm saying? With a lot of juicing and things like that. And when you come off of that really strict, diet, then you start, you want to make sure that you still stick with eating those type of foods. Don't just stop eating the raw foods. Still have it included.
Should be part of your diet.
Yeah, I try to eat a salad no matter what. I try to eat a salad every day, and I try to, especially those days when you get home late and you want to, and you haven't eaten much because I'm really bad with that, with working, and then realize, oh, I didn't even eat nothing today. Right. Now it's 9 o'clock.
And you don't want to,
I
eat heavy.
Yeah, I can't go eat some heavy, I'll start having bad dreams and, all kind of stuff. So what I decided to do is I'll get a really huge salad, a big bowl of salad. And I might cut up some, I like black bean burgers, or, I might have some different nuts or something like that, but something to make it more hearty. And I added, I just chop it up. Don't do the bread. Just, chop it up inside the salad. And, it's wholesome. Doesn't have a lot of crazy ingredients inside. And then I'll do it like that. And then I feel even my mind feels better, knowing that I put something good into my body right before I went to sleep after working my ass off all day long. And a lot of you guys can attest to that, because we gotta hustle. We gotta eat.
Busy. You get busy, you don't think about it. I mean, sometimes I look up and it's like, I get into a habit of, when I get up in the morning, I drink at least 16 ounces of water to start. Yeah. Then I come out to the kitchen and I make myself some lemon water. Yeah. And, just gradually. But sometimes, you have so many things going on in your mind. And I get out the bed like, bam, I hit the ground running. And after a while, I'm like, damn, one, I didn't drink any water. Two, I didn't get any tea. And what happens with me, if I don't drink enough water, I get pains in my kidney.
Okay, yeah.
So
you probably notice your urine would be yellow.
And then your urine would be yellow. So, but the only thing about it, when you drink all that daggone water, you got to be close to the toilet.
Yeah.
It's like when I'm going out and I've drank all that water, what I had found here in Rwanda, because, some places are terrible. You don't want to go in there. Yeah. But otherwise, what I do is I go to a hotel, because most hotels have nice toilets. Okay?
Yeah. And banks.
And banks. The bank will let you use the toilet. Okay. I was like, after I drank all that water, I was like, damn. I listened to people talk about, older people talking about they have problems with their bladder. And so they have adult Pampers. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not putting on
unnecessarily.
But you might wish you had when you drank all that water.
Right. And that's me too. Because living in Africa and dealing with your health in that way, like dealing with drinking water, or even I like to drink watermelon juice a lot and coconut water a lot. And I do a lot of liquids in the morning. I don't really eat so early. I do a lot of liquids. I feel like if I eat in the morning, it's hard for me to get through the rest of the day. So usually I probably won't eat anything solid till about maybe 11, 12 o'clock. But up until that time, I'm drinking lots of coconut water, watermelon juice, water, lemon water, tea, you know, all those different things. And now I got to go out. I got to go meet somebody. I got to go run some errands. And so then I time it. I know when I get to a certain point, so I leave my house. I live in, I'm living in Ghana. I leave the house, and I know on my way to where I'm going, there's going to be a bank there. So I know if I need to use the bathroom, I can go there. There's a gas station. Some of the nicer gas stations will have nicer bathrooms. Right. So I know I'm going to pass this point. So I'll be drinking my water or whatever I'm drinking as I'm going, knowing that at some point in time, I'm going to get to a nice restroom. Because, you know, like she was saying, some restrooms or some places where it's not even a restroom or a washroom. It's a hole in the ground with a door that you go behind, spread your legs, and pee in a hole, and you got to hold your nose the whole time that you're doing it. And then, you know, you got to make sure that you have some toiletries or some of your own stuff.
I hope that you don't miss.
Oh God, yeah, get it all on your feet and that. Oh my God, you know it's.
But you know, I think it's those Chinese toilets. You know, those flat on the ground with a hole in it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the first time I saw one, I was like, now what the hell am I supposed to do with that?
Right, exactly.
Okay, so you're supposed to straddle and then hope that you don't get your clothes all wet.
And some people got it down to an art. Okay. they got it down to an art.
Africans got it down.
Yeah.
They have it down to an
art.
Those
yeah.
Of us in you know, American places like that, we're what?
And you know, being in Africa as long as we've been, I'm 17 years, you 30-something years.
I'm 35 years.
It's like, you know, you find yourself in some of those situations, and when you got to go, you got to go.
Exactly.
Some of those trotros or the public transportation, you tell them that you got to use the bathroom, they'll pull over to the side. I seen a lady at a light jump out the trotro and then and pee on the ground because she had to go that bad. Or maybe they had a little girl, you know. And so I don't want to go through all that.
Right.
So that's why, you know, the way I do it, I tell my clients as well, time it. You know you're going to drink so much water. You know how fast the water will go through your system. Everybody's different.
Right.
And then time it as far as like where you're going to be stopping. And it's been the best thing that I've come up with for myself because I know how easy it is to get out and then not drink any water. You know what I'm saying? And you need it. We need to hydrate. We're in the season now in Ghana where it's the dry season.
Yeah.
If you don't drink water, that's even part of the reason why I left Ghana right now. The Harmattan season is so thick.
Yeah.
And Harmattan is just where, for those you don't know, it's where you have like this, the dust that comes from the Sahara and...
Yeah, the north winds blow across the Sahara Desert.
Yeah.
And it carries that very fine dust. But the thing about this Harmattan, from what I understand, I haven't been there for this Harmattan, is that there are small black specks in the dust.
Yeah, and you can see it because usually it's a brown dust, whatever.
Brown.
Now you see like a darkness behind it.
Right.
And then people, I started having, I'm just like, I stand outside, and I'm just outside just enjoying the sun or what. And then next thing you know, I'm just coughing. I'm like, what's going on? Then it happened again. I was like, no, something's going on. Then, I'm looking at,
the meteorologist came on and put out a warning in Ghana that if you're going to be out, wear a mask. If you don't have to go out, don't go out. And you should put Vaseline in your nose to catch the dust. So, I mean, that's really wicked. And the fact that during Harmattan these days, you get rain. Because, you know, back in the day, Harmattan came in October, November, and until March, you had a rain. The colors were just, the trees were just vibrant. They hurt your eyes. They were so bright. Now, you have Harmattan, rain. And then Harmattan comes back. It doesn't go away. You know? So there are a lot of differences in the climatic conditions going on, not just here, but in the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of things are changing.
So we need to pay attention to what's going on in the world, and we need to be able to prepare ourselves, keep ourselves fit, because some of that stuff that they got out there is a killer.
Yeah, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready.
Exactly.
Stay ready, because the reality is coming. They told us the COVID was coming. I remember reading, matter of fact, when we went to Brazil, in 2010, out there for a month, I remember getting an email from somebody. I don't even remember who it was. I just remember seeing this email talking about these different pandemics that were coming. I didn't even understand the word pandemic. I knew epidemic.
Right.
But then I started looking up, pandemics. And then they started talking about all these different things that were going to come. And then when the COVID came, I'm like, oh, shit. This is it.
Yeah, they told us.
This is it. It's happening. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't just one. It's going to be many more to come.
Exactly.
And
because they got another one out now.
Yeah.
There's some other kind of, I call it a pandemic.
Yeah.
Because they know what the hell they're doing.
And it's going to keep coming. And the thing about it is this whole population control thing, it's real. These people ain't playing with that, so we have to just make sure that we, like I say, stay ready. Keep yourselves out of the hospital, no matter what. Try not to end up in the hospital. We know accidents happen, things like that, but don't. But
they got too many damn accidents, especially when it comes to us.
Right. But I'm talking about, like a car accident, or you break your arm,
that's different.
Something like that.
That's different.
But as soon as you get yourself straight, get up out of there and get your body detox and get yourself, on some, herbal medicine, eat right, juice, and, and really take care of yourself, and, have your loved ones around to, to encourage you, to keep going, So yeah, it's so much to do with detoxing, but I hope I was able to really help you understand the process of going through a detox. And when I'm talking about I'm talking about like a deep detox. The one that we did with the olive oil, this is on a deeper level. You're going to get rid of gallstones, parasites, lots of mucus, candida or yeast, all kind of different toxins. You'll lose at least anywhere from 5 to 15 pounds just of waste, coming out of your system over those 7 days. And if you go longer, even more, So me, like I said, I think I'm going to go for at least 14 days. I might even make it to 21. But I know, I know. So our last 7 days is Sunday for us. Right. It's Sunday.
I'll be doing it until, well, the thing is that my eating habits won't change that much because I do like raw.
You got somebody here to mix it.
Girl, hallelujah, praise the Lord. Okay, but and all of us in this house eat well. We have a brother that's with us. He comes from Ghana.
Okay.
Girl, some of the stuff, I'm like, brother, I cannot eat fufu and kinke and all that stuff that he makes.
Oh, okay, too heavy.
It's too heavy.
Yeah, it's too heavy.
But every now and again, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I like some fufu, some soup, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take some soup, stuff like that, and then I'll take my CKLS.
Yeah. The whole thing is just not to keep staying on there. Exactly. And pay attention to your body. If it's not feeling right, that's enough. That's enough. Body odor. You know what I'm saying? You're funky under your arms all the time.
Like that guy we saw.
Oh my God, today.
I mean, wait a minute. Cherise is like this. But I went like this.
She don't smelling me.
Are you smelling? You smelling me? I said, girl, I didn't know who it was.
I knew it wasn't me. I've been cleansing. I knew that wasn't me.
I had to lay on her. That brother smelled like, oh my God, I swear. It's that manly scent.
Right.
Oh my, that's fun.
I don't know what kind of, ain't no man I don't want to be around. But yeah, that was so funny. Somebody's like, should we do a deep cleanse once a year or every season? So that's up to you. I recommend doing it every 3 to 6 months. Definitely don't go past 6 months without doing a deep cleanse. Even if you're a vegetarian and you eat right all the time, because we still have to deal with the environmental toxins. that we take in. We still have to deal with people, toxic people.
Oh, yes.
You see what I'm saying? Some things you might not get around. It might be at work. It just might be in your neighborhood. It might be in your house. You just have to do a detox at least every 6 months, just so you can avoid having different diseases, or if you have a disease, to go ahead and reverse the disease. And just for me, my daughter called me. I said, I'm doing this detox. I said, you know all that I have to do. You see everything that's on my plate. And I'm only one person. I'm a human being. I'm not an alien. But it's a lot. And I need energy.
Yeah.
I need energy. And I was lacking the energy. And I like having energy. I don't like being down. I don't like being sad. I don't like being depressed. It literally hurts my body to be depressed. Like, I feel pain in my body when I'm down. So I don't like being that way. I do African dance. I love doing West African dance. When I can't dance, I'm the craziest bitch in the streets. Oh my God! I am mad. You know what I'm saying? So I have to, be honest. So it's like, I need energy, and I'm feeling it already. Like, I couldn't talk like this last week.
No, you came in here looking like...
I came in looking like, oh my God, I'm on my last leg. I need help. I can't do this by myself. I need some help, And I feel the difference right now. I feel the difference right now, and in the energy level. Hey, Dr. Sari Kofi. Hey,
Dr.
Diane.
Sari.
Hey, sweet D.
Is that D?
That's D.
Hey, what's up?
Wait, Diane Scott Davis is that's
not
Cassandra. I think that's Cassandra.
Oh.
Diane Scott Davis is Cassandra. Hey, Cassandra. I'm thinking about D. I can't think of her last name, but yeah.
More.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's more. Yes, but hey, that's Cassandra there. Hey, been a long time. Yes, miss you terribly too, sis. Yeah. So
I miss you too. I don't see you long time.
Yeah, long time. Yeah. And greetings to you and
How's Otis?
Otis. I haven't got a chance to actually. We were supposed to be conversating, but yeah, we'll talk. We're gonna talk. She said yes. This is Cassandra.
Gotcha, girl.
Yeah, so I see your son in Ghana every now and then, here and there, but yeah, big ups to you, sis. Miss you. So I'm glad you guys had tuned in. We got a lot of questions. I know it's not a lot of questions asked, but I know all the questions that I get, and I hope I cover everything, and that you understand. If you've never done a detox ever, try to do the detox. You will understand what people are talking about when they take all this waste and toxins out of their system and then see things change around. Like, the first thing that people are going to notice is your skin is glowing. You don't even tell nobody. Just do it and watch how people respond to you. Watch how people say, wow, you seem more energetic, or, like you're sharp, like your mind is sharp, like you just coming up with all kind of good ideas. Just different things. You're going to see it. It's going to be some really grand results. And it's really important to do during this time that we're in, and getting ready for what's to come.
Because it's coming.
It's coming. We can't. This is your only defense, is to deal with your physical, your mental, and your spiritual.
That's right.
And that spiritual, like I said earlier, the spiritual part is really key to keeping yourself aligned and balanced, because that's going to keep you disciplined. I usually have to do some serious meditation, which I did the night before taking this oil, because I knew it was going to be a challenge for me, even though I've been doing it all my life. But it is a challenge for me, but it's the one that I know really works and gets lots and lots of stuff out of your system. If you've never done a cleanse before, when you do this cleanse with the olive oil, that key that you swallowed when you was 3 years old, it's going to come out. It's been lodged in your colon some kind of way. It's going to all come out, so. But,
the thing, too, is that you don't buy just any old olive oil. You want to get extra virgin olive oil. Cold pressed. Extra virgin olive oil.
Makes a big difference.
It does make a difference.
That's what's going to really break down the stones.
Right.
And some of us have big stones. lots of stones, some the size of a golf ball.
Oh God!
I remember this one guy had some the size of a jawbreaker. You know those jawbreakers like candy?
Yeah.
That's really, really big. So he did it, and what happened was and I remember when he came to us and he told us what happened. He said, "I passed so many stones, but I had one that was so big, I had to go to the doctor and get them to open up my sphincter muscle in order to pass it out." He said, "So I want to do the cleanse again." I was like, "Really? That didn't discourage you?" And he's like, "No, I figured if that much was in my system, it must be more.
Right.
And I need to get this stuff out, because once you see what comes out of your system, you're not going to be so quick to put it back in."
Exactly.
Yeah, so he even inspired me, because I was like, I would have been discouraged. I would have been scared, you know, but he was like, "No, I want to really get this stuff out of my system. I want to get healthy. I want to change my diet." And he was like 45. So he knew that he needed to, you know, get it together. He had family, you know what I'm saying? He had certain illnesses and things like that. So he was really serious about getting his stuff together.
Also, because it gets rid of the excess water. It helps you with weight loss. Because, I mean, fine. The weight loss part of it is more, it doesn't take a lot more, but what it does is it removes that excess weight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, you might not take off 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Unless you just stop eating.
But you're going to lose 5 to 15.
You lose weight. You know, so
that's just the waist. Yeah. I remember this one girl, she was real slim, real petite. She came back, she said, I weighed myself before I did the cleanse, and afterwards, I was 8 pounds lighter.
That's right.
She said, I had 8 pounds of waist in my body, and her stomach was flat. I was like, where? And she was wondering where it came, but it was the reality. We hold on a lot of waste. And the waste that we're holding on to is not just the physical waste. It's mental blocks, you know, that we also have, you know, that we have to deal with as well. Doing a detox, you know, with the body and cleansing and taking the herbs and things like that even helps you to deal with some of those mental blocks. But you also have, it's holistic. You have to deal with the mind, the body, and spirit. When I address somebody's disease, I'm not just going to address your diabetes. I know more than likely you got diabetes if you didn't grow up with it or have it before. A lot of times that comes on when somebody's going through some great grief, great sorrow, when they really are broken down because of some kind of trauma. Right. Because what we do, we want that comfort food, and we start eating lots and lots of sugar and things like that. Next thing you know, the doctor's saying you got diabetes or pre-diabetes. And usually it works like clockwork. Okay, when did you get diagnosed? What happened 5 years ago? One sister told me, I have the biggest court case of sexual harassment here in Ghana. And I had so many people against me, so many people, you know, talking down on me, you know, because I'm a woman trying to stand up and fight for, you know, what's not right. And she said that's when I started. That's when I got diagnosed. It's almost like clockwork. Or somebody said, my mother that I was so close to, and so dear to me, she died, and I feel like I can't live without her. She got diagnosed with diabetes not too far after her mother had passed away. And I look at it as, okay, more than likely, they just started eating like lots of sweets. All these different comfort things, or lots of starch foods, or lots of bread and things like that builds up a lot of starch and sugar in the body. And, you know, a lot of diseases are connected to some kind of emotional trauma. It doesn't just start boom like that. It's always something. I always feel like it's something spiritual, then it manifests into the mental, then it manifests into the body, which is the reason why you got to address all of it at one time, whenever you're dealing with it. So we're doing this detox on the physical level, but I'm talking to mom about shit. I'm like, look, this is going on. I'm like, I got to release all of this, you know. Like I said, we have a family friends that who the Baba had passed, and they're talking about, you know, they're talking to me about how they're feeling, and you know, it's fresh, and it's reminding me, it's opening up old wounds for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm released, I'm crying, I'm releasing it, and I'm not being ashamed. I'm not holding it back.
I just walk out the room. Because I know that when I walk out the room, when I come back, she'll still be talking.
So it's just releasing, you know, it's a detox.
Really.
Yeah, you know.
Totally detoxing. I don't even say, like the Jamaicans say, stick a pin or hold that thought. No, I go in the room and I come back and she's still going, oh, I don't even think she missed me sometimes.
I know you still hear me.
But listen, I know she's detoxing, you know, so it comes out in different ways.
So, and sometimes it'll trigger that too. I remember one sister that worked for us, and she said she did a cleanse for the first time. She got scared because she said, I had so many dreams. I went back to my childhood. I remembered, you know, like she was molested. It was all kind of different things that she was talking about. And she kind of put it in the back of her head and almost erased it. And then when she talked to her sister about it, she thought it was one person that had this. She said, no, that was so-and-so, because he did it to me too. She even forgot who did it.
Right.
And then so she just went through this whole thing of releasing so many emotions, and she was able to talk about it as she's going through the cleansing, and then she felt better, you know, about it, because now this is something, she got children, and she can look at making sure that she's protecting her children. You know what I'm saying? It's just making sure that your children don't go through the same thing, you know. So she really was happy that she did it, but she was like, shoot it, but I was so down. I was so, it just released so many different, you know, things. And so it's not always just, it's never going to just be just physical. Well, it's always going to be all three bodies.
One of the things that I noticed after the first release, and I was up, you know, but all of a sudden, at some point in time, I had to say, go lay your ass down.
Yeah.
Because I was dealing with something coming out of Ghana. Then I was dealing with somebody else. Then I was dealing with the guy that didn't deliver my package. Then I was, and I thought to myself after a while, this is supposed to be a time when, you know, you're chilling. I wasn't chilling. I was all over the damn place.
And you get blocked.
And you get blocked.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm laying my ass down.
Yeah.
And went to bed. When I went to bed, it couldn't have been 6 o'clock.
Right.
But I had been like this all day, arguing, you know, trying to get things straight.
Yeah.
And so, and she's in the bed.
I'm sleeping late. I don't get a chance to do this. I'm sleeping till 10 o'clock. I'm usually up by 6.
I'm up at 5 o'clock every morning. So when I come in the kitchen, fix my tea, since my job is the kitchen, make sure I put dishes away and all the rest of that stuff. This one, it'd be 10 o'clock. I'm thinking to myself, maybe I better go in there and check her out, because it's 10:30 and I haven't heard her at all.
And I leave the door unlocked.
And she leaves the
just
door
in case.
She be in this sleep. Oh my God.
Knocked out. Rolling over from one side to the other. Now wake up. I might have to send a text message out there to California for something. Then it's like, you know what? Stop. Put it down. Put it down.
Right.
Then take it and put it on the other side of the room. This is your time. You're detoxing. Shut it down. And it's so hard for us black women to do that. It's so hard. You know, yeah, so I'm like really enjoying the fact that I'm able to sleep late, that nobody's bothering me, nobody's calling me, because my time zone is so far ahead of the people who call me all the time, 10 hours. They're not even waking up till what, 6 o'clock our time, 8 o'clock our time. So I've been I'm really glad that I came here to do it, because first of all, the people who know me, they know I'm going through the detox. And so they're not trying to bother me all the time. But it's like, I was like, God, I haven't slept at 10 o'clock in a long time. And then I get up, I was like, well, ain't nowhere to go because we're detoxing.
Let's go back to bed.
So I talked to some people here in the house or whatever. And it's like, you know what? It's 2 o'clock. I'm going back to sleep. And I feel happy about it. I am not ashamed about it at all. Somebody says, Sharita, you getting old, you taking naps in the middle of the day. So what?
Yeah, right? That's what my friend told me. Said, you need to, every day at 2 o'clock, you need to lay down and take a nap. And I'm like, I don't need no nap. Okay. But then I go sit on the side of the bed, and after a while I go.
Right. That's it. Hey, Akua, Tuhak, nice to see you. Listening, yes. I'm glad. Yeah, thank you. We are on it. We are on it. It's the New Year's, you guys. In 2004, we want more and do more, receive more. Yeah, not even do more. Right. Receive more. You deserve it. You reserved it.
I was going to correct that. Never mind, do more. Receive more.
Right. And allow and be okay with being a receiver of all the good things. We're so busy trying to give. No. It's a time we want more. We want more. And this is the time to start. Hey, Hadia. Hey, Hadia. She came to Ghana with Bomani and them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you might remember if you see her face. Yeah. Yes. Wonderful to see you too, sis. We're at the end of this. We actually gone over the time. It's usually just an hour, but it's an hour and a half.
I was getting ready to say, did you tell me it was an hour?
It's an hour. But this detox thing is really serious, so we need to, make sure that we want people to feel comfortable. We want people to know that it can be fun, especially when you're doing with somebody, that you can, learn different recipes. We're in a digital age, so you can go online and look for so many different things, different recipes. We're trying to go through our list yesterday. We're like, okay, what can we eat raw? And we said, oh, there's butternut squash. I said, butternut squash.
Right.
I said, never had. So I went online, looked up butternut squash. It was soups, raw soups. It was different dishes that were that you can just throw into salads, and it was really, really good. You know what I'm saying? So there's no excuses anymore. It's really not. You just got to go ahead and decide that you want to be well. You want to be healthy. You want to be energetic. You want your mind to be clear. You want your skin to be nice. You want to lose that weight. Once you make that decision, then just go for it. Go for it. All right. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Mama Coos, for pulling the sister through. Oh, my God.
See, I have to thank you also.
Yes.
I needed to do this. Even Wandy mentioned, I don't hear you coughing. I mean, I was barking like a dog around here.
Yeah.
No, it has.
Yeah, it's clearing up. Yeah, it's clearing out. It's coming out. The stuff is coming out. Yeah, old stuff is coming out too.
Old stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too.
So I mean, the thing is that you come into a higher overstanding.
Yeah.
Spiritually and physically, and like for me, when I tell people how old I am, it's like, what?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
energy still dropping it like it's hot. Nothing wrong with these. And she go all the way down to the ground, okay, and come back up
without help.
Without help.
Okay. So good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Rwanda. And for those of you that might want to visit us in Rwanda, please feel free.
Yes.
Rwanda is a very nice place.
Very beautiful.
Very clean.
Clean, yes.
And over 50% of the government is run by women.
Hello.
And zero tolerance for corruption.
It's so nice.
So when people
so nice to be around honest people. I mean, who pride themselves on being honest.
Right. I tried to give somebody a tip, and the man was like, "Oh no, I don't need. I can't take that." And I said, "Why?" He said, "It's my job." And I'm like, "Okay, it's your job, but take the money." And he was, well, I said, "Listen, just take the money. I'm not going to report you to nobody."
Right.
But I mean, it's just that whole different atmosphere. So when folks say, "Well, why did you leave Ghana after 30-something years?" I said, come over here and see me, and you'll see why I left.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Very beautiful. Very beautiful place. Yes.
So good night, y'all.
Good night.
Yeah.
And happy cleansing.
Yes.
Love you.
Or not good night. Next light.
Yeah. See the new light. The new light. Yes.
New light.
Take care, everybody.